Welcome back after a long hiatus to Craig and Drew build a vintage racing sidecar. I'm Drew from Hellbenders Racing.
And I'm Craig from RDH Garage.
Eight months ago, I picked up the frame for the vintage racing sidecar up in Canada, but then I went a month later and wrecked my street rig, so we haven't worked on this for basically 8 months. Let that car pass there. But today we're going to do a dry build. We're going to try to cram all the stuff that you saw in the other videos on Craig's channel, all that stuff that we rebuilt and resealed and all that good stuff. We're going to put that onto the frame.
Sounds good. This is all Drew's expertise. I'm just the muscle and mechanical guy.
I don't know that expertise is the right word for it, but I've got a plan.
And today's Valentine's Day. For
Oh yeah,
motorcycles.
happy for the love of motorcycles. Good one. This is the frame. Chloe and I went to Canada and picked this up from a guy named Paul Whitaker, and it was his 82nd birthday when we went up there, and we got to celebrate his 82nd birthday with him, which was great. Probably one of the top nights of my life as we sat there and just talked, and he remembered every race he ever ran, the rigs he ran when he raced it, and the people he raced against. It was just incredible. It was so much fun. We kind of put the engine in here, basically get it out of the way. I did lace up a wheel for this in the brake, and we cut all of the decking for the passenger place. First thing Craig and I are going to do today, though, is we're going to take this engine and put the spacers on so it's centered in here, so when we put the rest of the stuff on, it's lined up properly. So you want to pull the whole rod out while you hold it, and I'm going to jam some spacers in. I'm going to shove the rod back in. Okay.
I mean, you're going to have to get it in here too, obviously.
I mean, if you're going to have the Keystone Cops move an engine, you really should have it on film. A bunch of pads so that our knees are not going to be so bummed out at our antics. If we're going to make Jeff Bezos rich, we might as well get our money's worth. Oh my God, it shot across the room. Must have been some tension on that or something. Holy crap, that's hilarious. Where'd it go? That's got to come down a little bit to get this rod in.
I can push it down.
Oh, okay.
No,
But I can tell you right now,
yeah, you don't have much space at all. Oh, is that all it is? Yeah.
that's not going to be enough space.
No.
The thing is, we don't really know where the center line is that we're looking for. So we'll put some wood under it. Okay. We got to figure out what's centered and then decide which side we want to grind from. So what do we kind of consider centered? Basing it on the transmission and swing arm.
Yeah, I don't know. You do.
Maybe that's what we need to do. Alright, so since the engine's the only thing that can move side to side, we're going to work backwards. We're going to mount the swing arm, and then the transmission, and then we can get the alignment on this correct so that we can get the spacer's size correctly. That's not an 8, it's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay.
Oh, well, 8 didn't fit, so I'm
Yeah,
kind of guessing, but it's a 6.
This is round.
What's round?
It's not a hex end.
Well, that's because you're going in, putting it in backwards.
Oh. That's why.
That is.
I just did this. It's Super Tech.
Oh, how was Super Tech?
Good. Good. And you have some play here with the line. It'll move when you, as you tighten these, it moves.
Oh, because it's pushing on it.
Yeah.
Paul built a little bit of a removable bar here in the frame so we can get this stuff in and out.
So this is a dry fit, so we're not doing spline move, obviously, right?
Yes, no spline move. How can I help? I can't see anything. Does it just need a tap?
Let's go. Never mind.
All right, transmission in. With a disappointingly small amount of struggle.
You had it in your hand.
I had it in my hand.
Right
Well,
there.
there we go. Right there's the problem. See, this is the problem with the sidecar, is there's no room to work. And he said he was just muscle. Are you even recording? Am I talking to a dead camera? Nope, we're recording. All right. There's 13 right here. Now you may notice that Craig's and my normal German obsession with torques we're not bothering with at the moment, but that's the meaning of a dry build. We're just trying to get everything set in to figure out what we need to do and how it all fits and what needs to be fabricated, and then we're going to pull it all out so I can paint this frame. Filing my glove down.
So here's my leg presses from high school football.
What if we reposition the strap a little bit so that we're out a little bit so it's pulling in a little bit more?
Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, I still have to push it back, but it's pulling it up.
Not getting in there. I wonder if part of the problem isn't because we have this rear spacer and we can't get any twist.
Yeah, that's probably it.
All right, well, the answer then is to pull that rear spacer.
But I mean, you're always going to run into it, right? If you
No, I'll just trim that rear spacer down a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's basically, it's pushing it this way. You say it needs to go back that way. So the bottom line is that spacer, well, we got it to fit, is actually too big.
Well, how critical is this?
How critical is what?
Like this sleeve here, could you just ream that out a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not really down with that idea.
If you look in there, you'll see how close it is.
Okay, now I suspect we'll be able to get the twist we need. So the bottom line is that spacer needs a little more grinding, just so we can get enough twist.
So you want to put this in now? Is that what you're saying?
We got to figure out how to do this so that everything fits right. So we'd have two spacers on that side, then we just got to get these spacers right. I don't think I'm moving.
It's moving the whole engine.
I keep getting these nuts falling out of things. I'm not really sure what they're from.
And I don't know if we can reposition this to drive it down more. It's lifting up in the air. I don't know if we hook this down here, maybe it might pull it more straight back than up.
Give it a try. All right, so we really aren't much further than the last time you saw us. It took us maybe half an hour to put the swing arm and the transmission in. The rest of today has taken us all this time to try to get the spacers in. And the first big problem we had was there was a lip on the tube, so Craig spotted that and I finally agreed to grind it down. And I was a little bit reticent about that, but you know, that's on me. But we need to have this weird cross-strapping system to get the engine situated just right to get the spacers in and get the rods driven through. So when we want to go in that side, we got to have it strapped around that way. When we want to go in this side, we have to strap it around on this side. And I think I got that backwards, didn't I? Which side did we just pound in? We pounded it in this way.
We pounded it.
All right, so if you want to go this way, you want it strapped on the opposite side. If you want to go that way, you got to have it strapped on that side. That's what it is.
Precision engineering here.
precision strap-engineering. All right, so one more spacer.
Hopefully this will just go right in. I can dream.
We got 3 out of 4, but the last one was a bear. So we're going using the stick row hammer technique. Here we go. Oh, oh, that's it. Woohoo! 4 out of 4. Holy crap, that barely fits in there. But it fits. Now we know why they're knurled.
Yeah.
Push the bottom in a little bit.
Right here. Is this just enough to throw it off? Maybe I should take this off, or at least...
Alright, well, let's try that. We took the brake arm off because it didn't clear the frame.
Yeah, we want to make sure that this part doesn't push out through where the brakes are, where the drum brakes sit on.
So if you watched our video when we redid the final drive, you can see why, because, well, I did just that. I pushed it out, we had to start over again. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to get the angle with the pedal and all that right anyway, so that's going to change the brake arm. There was way too many shots of my back end in the last video, so I'm trying not to do that today. Dramatic reenactment. Alright, push it up. Wait, down a little bit. Oh, this is almost exactly how it actually went in real life. Amazing. Need a spacer down there.
Well, maybe not much, though. Depends. Maybe we should put a level on here or something.
Good idea. Why are the magnets in these things never strong enough to actually be useful? As much as that doesn't look it, that is actually level. So yeah, spacer not needed. I really need to start a list of all the nuts and bolts I don't have. EME gave these away and they kept sending them with all the orders I made for all this stuff. So I ended up giving a bunch of them away. But man, are they handy.
Yeah, they are.
I was actually talking to the camera. Trying to take the rubber boot off, but we should have done that before we put the swing arm in. Craig has graciously decided he would be the guy that had to fuss and fight with getting the screwdriver around the frame.
I have the headlamp, so that's my advantage.
There you go. You can actually see what you're doing. Yeah.
What that was.
I think it was just the screw from the clamp. So that alarming gap I just showed you in a close-up, that's actually meant to be there. From 1954 to 1974, BMW won 19 driver and 20 manufacturer sidecar racing championships. Because the engine has the opposed twin and sits down so low, the center of gravity is really low, which gave them really great handling characteristics. Enhance that further, the engine has been moved forward a little bit from the wheels, stretch it out, and that's why I have a gap here. So what we're going to have to do is measure for the spacer, and then you build a spacer. Well, you don't build it. I don't build it. I send out to a guy, and he's going to lay the spacer to fit in between there. About 3 inches. Okay. Yeah, that is tight though, isn't it? Tight. Oh, look at that.
That's not bad.
Why are you not going on there? Okay. It's like it doesn't want to clear the brakes or something.
It's not really sitting on there right now.
What's not sitting on where, right?
I think the brake's not sitting on this post exactly. It's sticking out too much.
Okay, quick update. The brake pads, there was something wrong with them, manufacturing flaw. So we're going to put the wheel on without them so I can continue with the dry fit.
It's on.
All right. Okay, why is it going through one way and not the other?
It's like being held by.
It didn't look like it, but I could be wrong. I'm going to try to run the axle through the final drive and then the axle through the wheel. See if we can figure out what's hanging what.
Oh.
Huh.
It's not going in. I think it's this. At least with this axle.
You think it's the swing arm?
Yeah.
Now you gotta get back out.
Yeah.
Wheel take 2.
I might have spread it enough, but it's good.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like a glove.
Very tight glove, but yeah.
This normally
I was just kind of waiting for it to bottom out on the bearings, but I guess that's not how this works.
Yeah. Yeah, where does that?
Oh, I wonder if that actually was meant to go in there. Well, in the bearing. I think that popped out.
Okay, that makes
We've
sense.
got to come back.
But that's
up.
the ride on something, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm not even reenacting. It actually still doesn't fit.
Okay.
Custom work.
Hey.
Hey, all right. Oh, she's starting to look like a bike.
Give her a run.
All right, this is where I get to brag a little bit. See how that wheel's in there and how it clearly is going to spin? That's because I calculated the dish on that rim correctly when I laced it up. This is where I realized that I didn't dish it right because you can see the tires rubbing on that swing arm. We made some more progress. We got the shocks on. Found out that I'm going to have to redish the wheel. We got the wheel on. We found out the brakes I bought aren't right.
They're defective.
Yeah. But good progress all in all. And that's what it's supposed to look like when it's in motion.